The decision to dismiss charges against former President Donald Trump in the Georgia election interference case rests in the hands of Judge Scott McAfee again. The former president's lead attorney claims the charges violate the former president's First Amendment rights. Fox 5's Eric Perry has been following the hearings today, and he is live here on set with more. Eric?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying we're back here again.
Yes, we are.
Well, the former president and one of his co-defendants, former state Republican Party Chairman David Schaefer, were not in court today. Neither was former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. This is the first court proceeding since he resigned from the case. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee once again presiding Thursday as defense attorneys for both Donald Trump and David Schaefer work to get their clients' charges dismissed.
What the state wants to do is say, we have a goal. We have an objective here that we have put forward. Steal the election in an unlawful fashion. I say change that for a second to legitimate concern about the validity of the election.
Attorney Steve Sadow represents the former president and argues his client's statements are protected under the First Amendment, and the charges against him violates his First Amendment rights. Sadow says this includes false statements.
The reason why we don't even get to a trial is because it's unconstitutional to force an accused, be it the President of the United States, former President, or anyone else, to stand trial on protected speech.
Fulton County Chief Senior Prosecutor Donald Wakeford urged the judge to dismiss the motion and let the trial play out as planned.
It's not just that he lied over and over and over again, as counsel for the defendant points out by listing all of the instances in the indictment. It's that each of those was employed as part of criminal activity with criminal intentions.
The court also heard from attorney Craig Gillen, who represents former Georgia Republican Party Chair David Schaefer. Along with racketeering, Schaefer faces charges of forgery and impersonating a public officer. Gillen told the judge that Schaefer was attempting to comply with the advice from legal counsel and makes the argument that Schaefer was not a public officer as alleged in the indictment. So the judge did not make a decision on the bench, and there's no word yet on when a ruling will come down or really how it will come down. Also absent from the courtroom, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Of course, Christine, we will continue to follow this. We'll bring you updates, but all eyes are now on this. But the judge made it very clear he will continue hearing motions. He will continue moving forward in this as well.
All right, we'll see what happens with this latest motion then. All right, Eric, thanks so much. District Attorney Fani Willis vows to bring the case against former President Trump and his co-defendants to trial. Earlier this month, the GOP-led House Judiciary Committee subpoenaed Willis. They want her to turn over documents related to her office's use of federal funds intended to support at-risk youth. DA Willis called the demand unreasonable and uncustomary, but sent over the documents along with a letter to the committee. In it, she said, nothing the committee does will derail her office from bringing the election interference prosecution to trial. Stay with Fox 5 and download the Fox 5 News app for the latest developments on that hearing and a wrap-up of the legislative session at the state capitol. The app is free to download.